I had friends in college. I'm nervous saying this out loud. You
knew a guy who had friends in college.
I knew a guy. I once met somebody at a party who is now dead and knew people. No, I had friends in college who kidnapped Texas A&M's mascot, which is a border collie.
Yeah.
Wow, they got Reveille?
They were the guys who got Reveille the first time.
Jesus.
Like, there's a group of cadets at Texas A&M called the Corps, but they're not actually ROTC. They're like an offshoot of it. I'm not sure how the distinction, but one of their duties is to guard the mascot for A&M, which is their mascot for the school is not really a dog, but they have this dog that it goes everywhere. It goes to class. If it barks in class, one of the traditions is everybody gets to go home. The class is dismissed. And they always made a big deal about the fact that the dog it was the only college mascot that had never been kidnapped.
Oh, no.
And my buddies were like, well, then we'll just kidnap it. And they totally did it. They kidnapped the dog. And when they got the dog, it's like normal college prank. We kidnapped the dog. Nope. A&M was like, that dog is X amount of value. We're pressing felony charges against whoever has this thing. They were freaked the fuck out.
What were they going to do with the dog afterwards? What did they plan on doing?
You keep it till like after a football game, then you return it.
Then you return it.
Yeah.
You take photos with it, or not with it, but you take of it.
If it's the early 1900s, they would kidnap Bevo and then eat it. They did. They ate our mascot. The mascot for UT.
He's a cow. He's the longhorn.
Yeah, Bevo's the longhorn. Yeah, it's a cat.
I had no idea. I don't know.
He's a guy.
You didn't know what Bevo was?
No.
You didn't know the Longhorns were a cow?
I don't know what
the mascot for Texas is the longhorn.
You didn't know who Bevo was?
No.
Living in Austin. I realize our audience won't know. Bevo is the name of the University of Texas mascot. It's a longhorn. And there's if you ever see it at the football games, it's drugged.
He's drugged out of his mind.
It's a doped up cow.
Yeah, it just sits there, looks around.
No, it's a longhorn though. It's got the giant fucking horns.
Why are they doing stuff with animals?
In fact, the name of our
What's
mascot.
What's that got to do with sport?
The name of our mascot is Bevo because somebody kidnapped it and burned into the side of it 13-0, which was the score of the last game.
That was Texas A&M did it.
Yeah, Texas A&M did it. And the solution for them burning the cow, burning the score into its side, is we'd fix it by burning more letters and misspelling Bevo.
So the 13, the 1-3 became a B. And then the dash became an E, and they just put a little V in between the zero.
Got burned again to fix the first.
Well, cows get branded all the time.
Branded.
It was the whole side of the cow.
Yeah.
It was.
There it is.
Yeah, if you're watching, there's Bevo.
There's Bevo.
That doesn't look cruel.
Most Bevos, up until the very, maybe 2 ago, in the 90s, most of the Bevos ended their run as our mascot by being eaten.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they were served up at games.
We're like Bevo 13 or 14 now, right?
Yeah.
I think they just retired this Bevo.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Why?
Think about it.
Weird?
You like the Hotspurs, right? What if after a good game you could eat everyone in the stadium gets chicken? Right, same thing.
Wait, what's weird? The way of an animal mascot?
Yeah, it's cruel.
You've
Why
got
is that
chicken.
cruel?
We don't have a real chicken. We have a
willing to bet
dude in a suit.
That longhorn is probably eating better than you right now.
A dude's
and probably
a real
living
animal.
better than you.
That dude's an animal.
That dude's drugged up, out of his mind, man.
But in some of the college stadiums, there's the University of Colorado. They have a freaking buffalo that they run out on the field.
Yeah. And in Baylor and Waco, they have a bear. They actually
Bullshit.
have
They have a real bear?
They have bears on campus. He
is it
doesn't
true-
come out during the game, so they have them on campus.
Oh,
There was a
never saw
mauling.
it.
We
never
talk
saw
about
that.
it.
In the Ace Ventura movie, do they really have a dolphin in real life?
I don't know if the Miami Dolphins actually have a
Snowflake.
dolphin.
I don't
They
think-
might.
I've never seen the dolphin. No, I've never
I
seen
doubt it.
But
I don't think they would get. I don't know.
I want to say the Eagles have an eagle that comes out. They actually have a guy who flies an eagle around on the field.
It would be awesome if the Eagle started up at the top of the lights, and then came down and dive bombed with a snowball with a 9-volt battery in it at the opposing team. They do that. Philly fans do that. They'll put batteries in snowballs and throw them
What, 'cause
at
they're
the
electric?
opposing team. No, just because to put weight in
They're
it.
assholes.
Oh, I thought they were trying to power these.
Colorado
snowballs.
fans do that too.
Do they?
Yeah, the Buffalo fans. Those guys are crazy.
With food and care for the Longhorn costing university 50 cents a day, and nostalgic pangs of school spirit still taking a backseat to a good meal, the original mascot was slaughtered and served at the team's banquet in the winter of 1920, where the freshly defeated A&M players were even invited to chow down.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Yeah, a lot of Bevos ended their run as barbecue. It's why is this cow different than this cow? It's just because this one is a mascot.
You fully utilize the cow.
Can you imagine a cow,
Yeah,
like,
you get your good run of it as the mascot, then you enjoy it.
So
So
I guess you don't want to waste it.
shit happens.
So we're totally not going to talk about Mac Brown leaving Texas, right? We haven't talked about football coaching changes in forever.
We're
so.
close with this mascot thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, my buddies, they had Reveille, and they were
yeah,
like,
what happened to
they
this?
were hunted. They were scared shitless.
That's dangerous though, because if I had stolen a dog and all of a sudden everyone's trying to find the dog, I would probably quickly bury it, like kill it and bury it. Well, how would you give it back without being caught?
They had to go to the lake.
I don't know,
and
I'd panic.
they tied her to a tree. They put her leash. They tied her leash to a tree, and they called a radio station, a sports radio station, because it was a huge story on all sports stuff. And they said, the dog's out there. Please go get the dog because she's tied to a tree in the shade and she's fine. I can't forget what time of year it was, but it was totally fine to do this. And then they had to, because they were so concerned, they stayed close. I mean, they weren't trying to hurt the dog.
Right. Yeah.
But then this very traditional college prank to steal a mascot. That's totally normal. It is. It's totally normal.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. But it turned into this huge thing. And I think A&M was huge pussies about it, especially because they bragged about their mascot was the only college mascot.
You're going to put it out there. You're essentially issuing the challenge.
Yeah.
But how did they get the dog away from the core? Like doesn't the dog sleep in a room with?
I can tell you the whole story. So the kid, there's one person who is assigned as the caretaker for the
Did
dog.
they kill and eat that guy?
No, unfortunately, this is a real human impact of this story. Is that dude was basically run out of school.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean he was basically because he was in the Corps and he had a very prestigious position, and so I know just he wasn't there after a
Well,
little
he's
while.
probably better off not being an A&M anyways.
Well, I guess so after that happened, and it's like then the dog got stolen on his watch, and it had never been stolen before, and so yeah, he was, as far as I remember, if I recall correctly, he was not there very shortly thereafter.
So how'd they get the dog out of this guy's place?
They just went, they opened the back gate, and they went, "Come here, girl," and she just walked up, and then they just walked away with her.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Man.
and I think that was part of it too, is that they didn't steal it from the school; they stole it from I shouldn't say the word stolen. They
borrowed
They
it.
pranked her away from a personal residence, and that
Okay.
was part of it as well. And they were going to press charges and all this stuff.
How much? Do you remember how much did they say Reveille was worth?
God, I don't
What was it,
remember.
Collie? What, like $200?
I think they just said it was more if the theft is over a certain value. I want to say it was like 10 grand, and they valued the dog at higher than 10 grand without actually putting a price tag on the dog.
Wow. So this person, their friends got away scot-free?
I don't know anybody. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a great story.
God, when I look up Reveille and I look up kidnap in Wikipedia, Reveille doesn't come up.
There's a core member who sits there and edits the Wikipedia page every day.
Yeah, she's just a little border collie.